What this organization desperately needs is change.
Good day, my Steem friends. It's a pleasure to see you today. Today, we're going to talk about Steemit Change. We have a change that just happened. I'll tell you what it is, why it happened. We have changes just on the horizon with Hard Fork 20 coming in the future. I'll tell you what's going to change for sure and some possible improvements that may happen. And then we're going to go a little bit longer term. What's the future of Steemit? Some information from Ned himself about his vision. This is a good one if you're involved in Steemit, so check out the video. Okay, part one, the changes that have already happened. If you go to your post, you're going to notice next to the reply and comment, there used to be an eyeball that showed how many views. This was changed because it wasn't counting views correctly, so until it's updated and it's counting perfectly, they're not going to add it back. In addition, removing that feature removes some front-end bloat, essentially helps the Steemit site run better. So that's just a little bonus of that change. That's small. Now we'll talk a little bit bigger. Part two, changes that are on the horizon. We have Hard Fork 20 coming. Now, two things that are going to happen for Hard Fork 20, and what a lot of the fork seems to be centered around is onboarding people in an easier fashion. So they're going to enable signups on the Steemit much easier and also let us send invitations to friends and family to bring them on board. So that'll be great. Now, one thing that is speculation is, could Hard Fork 20 be when communities are added? Now, communities are a really interesting concept. It is, if you've used Reddit and there is subreddits with different categories, that would be an example of how communities loosely would function on Steemit. So that could be interesting. That part is speculation, but maybe we'll see that for Hard Fork 20, who knows. Now let's get into the bigger vision for Steemit for the long term, the changes we'll see, and what the thought behind those are. Part three, this is where it starts to get interesting. So first, we need to understand Ned's vision and Steemit Inc.'s vision for what Steemit's created for. Now, the vision is for cryptocurrency to be able to almost be a human algorithm to sort out the best content, so the very best content rises to the top. Now, currently we're using a stake-weighted voting system where if you have more Steem tokens in your account, your vote is worth more power. It has more weight to it. It's called a stake-weighted voting system. The idea was that with a stake-weighted voting system, the best content would constantly rise to the top. It would weed itself out. Now, I'm going to read you a quote from Ned in regards to stake-weighted voting. I just watched the Korea meetup and went through 2 hours and 45 minutes of fast-forwarding through the Korean parts to hear Ned talk, and I caught this little gem, so I want to pass it on. So in regards to stake-weighted voting that we have now, Ned says, with Steem, and so does stake-weighted voting bring the best content to the top? Ned says, with Steem, we didn't quite find that was the case. To truly realize this future where cryptocurrencies help us identify great information, we need to begin to leverage not stake-weighted voting, but account-based voting. So one person, one vote. It's a much more democratic way of voting, and that in combination with some rewards curves like a super linear rewards curve. So now this is just, the wording is subtle, but he says a general move towards this type of thing. So don't expect in the hard fork for the stake-weighted voting to be gone, but do expect over time the small changes that we see on Steemit to move us towards a one person, one vote type of algorithm or human algorithm that's going to hopefully, remember the goal is to move the best content or the best information to the top. So the constant tweaks are trying to do that. Now, a superlinear rewards curve is essentially a way that rewards people for curating and finding good content early. So a person who finds content, the first one to find content is rewarded after each person finds it after them, and the more people that find it after them, the more that curator for finding it early is rewarded. Now, to give you even a little bit bigger picture how this is going to work, we have smart media tokens as well on the horizon, which is basically all kinds of different applications using the Steem blockchain as their own, with their own labeled token, but the same sort of blockchain, or actually the Steem blockchain physically. Now imagine that DTube will probably have a DTube token that runs like Steemit, operates the same way, but it'll be called a DTube token. Now imagine there's hundreds of those. Every one of those smart media tokens gets to set their own parameters. They get to make up their own rules. They get to tweak the Steemit rules however they want, thousands of different ways. And Ned and Steemit Inc. are going to be watching these thousands of small experiments going on and pushing us towards that egalitarian way of using cryptocurrency so that you and me are rewarded correctly for the quality of our content. And not only the quality of our content, but take that further to the quality of our work. So we, my friends, are part of this grand experience where we get to kind of usher in a new way of operating within society, a new way of being rewarded, and we're part of a really interesting experiment here. So consider that when we have these hard forks coming in. Maybe don't be the person who gets really mad about all the changes in the hard fork. Realize they're going to keep coming, and little tweaks are going to keep coming. And with these thousands of smart media token experiments going on, we are going to find out the way to tweak this algorithm, this human algorithm, until it works so wonderfully 5 years from now that you won't remember what it was like without it. So there it is, my crypto friends. That's the bigger picture. That's how smart media tokens fit in that are going to refine Steemit in such a wonderful way. And cheers to you, my crypto friends. I am headed to freaking Yosemite. Oh my gosh. So I'm going to use this new app that I've been using on my phone for Steemit. It's called Partico, so I can hit you guys up with some pictures of some Yosemite adventures while I'm out, and maybe some Life's of philosophy or something. Who knows when I hit the woods what's gonna happen. But much love to you guys. I hope you appreciated this video like I appreciate you. And until next time, my Steem friends, give me that steam I need to proceed. Cheers, my Steem friends.
Money is not the prime asset in life. Time is, and your time is just